डॉक्टर बाबासाहेब आंबेडकर ओपन युनिव्हर्सिटी.
Namaste dear learners, I Dr. Kamal Kailash Chandra Agal, Associate Professor, School of Commerce and Management, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Open University Ahmedabad, welcome you one and all from Chaitanya Studio, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Open University Ahmedabad. Dear friends, today we are going to learn about a subject called Principles of Management under the course of Master of Business Administration, MBA, block number 1, unit number 3, it's planning. And in the previous lecture we had already have some glimpses and briefs about the planning. Now we continue from that point onwards. So, its planning premises, types and limitations. So, let us start with the premises of planning, that is internal and external premises. Firstly, have a look in the internal premises. These are the assumptions related to the internal environment of the organizations like policies, resources, company structure, culture, etc. Means the things which is very much internally related with the organization, that is called internal premises. And now we have to move on external premises, that is economic condition, market trends, political condition, technological changes and competitions. Dear friends, as we had already discussed about internal premises, now its part that how external premises affect a planning, like economic conditions which is not in hand of organization, market trends which is equally not in the hand of any individual, same political conditions, technological changes and the competitions which is completely as per the time goes. Now, next one is tangible and intangible premises. Tangible premises can be quantified or measured, such as financial resources, manpower and equipment, which we can quantify it in the terms of, in some terms like financial resources, manpower and equipment. And intangible premises are which are not quantified, or we can say it's qualitative factors like company reputations, employee morale, public attitude, which cannot be directly measured, or there are not such measurement available which can be measured this kind of intangible premises. The next one is controllable and uncontrollable premises. Controllable premises which can be influenced, such as policies, procedure and internal capabilities, means which is controlled by individual, by company policy or by board of directors or by CEO or somewhere who have a capacity or who holds the power, like policies, procedures and internal capabilities. Then uncontrollable premises, again which is not controlled, like government policies, market demand and natural disasters. We are well aware that the government policies are frequently changes as per the time goes. Again the market demand, as per the demands of individual or the society, market automatically have a number of changes occurred. And the natural disasters, which is completely not at all in anyone's hands and cannot be controlled by anyhow. So, that is uncontrollable premises. The next is constant and variable premises. Constant premises, this remains stable over a time, such as company policies or fixed legal regulation. Means over a period of time, policies or fixed legal regulations are constant. If you have come on 10 o'clock in 2024, then 2026 the time will be 10 o'clock only. So, that will be constant premises. Now, what about variable premises, which is varied or change happen frequently, such as fluctuating market conditions, changing customer preferences. Many times it's happen in the market. Forecasting premises. Based on forecast, these premises include projections about the future environment like economic trend, technological advancement and competitive behavior. So, it could be forecast in many of the ways like economic trend, how it's going on, technological advancement. Nowadays AI replaces lots of things, you know. So, again there are number of different impacts also occurred on the business too. So, technological advancement is a big questions many times and big solutions too for the companies or industry or we can say institute, and competitive behavior like n number of institutions or companies are available in the market and all are in a competitive zone only. Next is operational and strategic premises. What is operational premises? These are the relevant to short term decisions and operations such as daily production targets, logistics and short term resource availability. Strategic premises, these influence long term planning such as decisions on diversification or entering new market. So, operational premises and strategic premises differ on a matter that on daily basis we took the decisions that is very much related with operational functions or premises, while strategic premises is affecting in long term and this is a decisions which is related with something diversification or entering somewhere new places. So, this is what different premises of planning. Now, we have to aware about such limitations or we called its barriers to of a planning. First and foremost is uncertain environment. Actually, as a human we are planned to reach a certain situation or we can say to reach our goal, but many times it is completely we can say uncertain environment or due to uncertain environment it not going to be possible, right. So, in that case uncertain environment play a crucial role as a barrier or a good limitations for a planning. In which way? Like dynamic and unpredictable changes. The external environment of an organization is subjected to constant changes. Factors such as economic shift, technological advancement, political instability, social trends and natural disasters can create uncertainty, making it difficult for organizations to predict future conditions too. So, unpredictable changes are always unmeasurable too, and then that are uncertain in many of the ways, and that we can say play a crucial role to not reach up to our planning or not have a our proper environment to do the work as on time. Complexity of forecasting. Forecasting future trends whether in the market, technology or customer behavior is complex and often inaccurate, which is complex and often inaccurate because forecasting normally create lots of haphazards too, and it is all about market trends and customer behavior which is again unpredictable. So, it create lots of complexity too. Rigidity or inflexibility. Planning have their own norms, own terms and own conditions, means it is supposed to be rigid only, and in that case plans may become outdated many times. As per policy we are deciding that these will be happen via this way only, with this structure we have to reach at this level or that level. So, what happen many times as per the time changes plan can't, and in that way once plan are set organizations may become rigid and resistance to change even when external conditions require good number of adjustment. The second one is bureaucratic. In large organizations, bureaucratic procedures and adherence to rules can create rigidity, making it more difficult to modify plans or adapt to changes. What happen number of bureaucratic procedures and we can say process many times create lots of issues, and we can say a same hierarchical issues with organization, because it can't permit for any plans, or we can say to execute any plan, to change any plan. So that bureaucratic procedures create lots of issues over a time. Over reliance on planning, some managers become overly dependent on established plans and fail to adjust their strategic based on real time development. So one should be realistic, and as per the need of time, or as per the need of, we can say, situation, plan must be changed, or plan have a second options too parallelly, that if there will be such kind of situation arise, then in that we will be have this Y or this Z. So availability of options supposed to be needed, particularly to mitigate the inflexibility or rigidity towards the planning process. The next one is time and cost constraints. Time consuming process. Actually, we need to have a proper planning, need lots of time to have that planning. So from onwards to starting any planning to reach a conclusion, then to apply that planning and to reach the last level of that planning, it's also time taking process. So planning involves a lots of time for data collection, analysis, forecasting and strategy formulation. In fast paced environment, spending too much time on planning can lead many times to missed opportunities. Many times what happen, we are on some policies, some we can say some kind of work which need to be on time, but due to our structured method, many times what happen, we miss some opportunities, and at the end of the day, if the policy is supposed to be in hand, but the opportunity is missed. High cost. How it? Effective planning often requires significant resources such as market research, consulting and use of sophisticated software. Small and medium enterprises may not be afford in normal terms, and it's happen with the organizations, because generally small organizations are called MSMEs, or early stage businesses, or we may say the very newly startups or established startups, not in that condition, or the organizations not in that conditions to have such kind of cost. They can't bear such kind of high cost many times. So it can't be, we can say feasible for that kind of institute or enterprises. Resistance to change, again it is a very much a basic nature of a human. In normal terms, employee resistance to change, or we can say human resistance to change in normal terms. So employees or even managers may resist changes brought about by planning, fearing job insecurity, changes in roles and responsibility, or increased workload. So many times what happen with the planning process, that at the end of process, or in beginning of the process, or in the middle of the process, many times if someone is supposed to be feel insecure in terms of, or in relativity via of job insecurity or changes in roles and responsibility, or workload, he or she resists to change. He is not ready to accept whatever the situation is supposed to be assigned to him, or situation is supposed to be created in front of him. So that's what a great we can say a matter many times with the organizations, that employee resistance, they are not ready to change or not ready to accept any change in the organizations. Cultural resistance. Organizational culture can be a barrier if it promotes the status quo and discourages innovative thinking or risk taking. Many times, what happen in the organizations, this happen, this going on, it's going on years and years. That is what our process, this is what our culture, in this way we did this all, we are this only. So that kind of situations many times become a great discouragement for such kind of employees and peoples who want to do such innovative changes or want some new changes in the organizations. They don't be able to make it possible. So, one should be innovative thinker, or risk is a crucial part of any organization. One should took a risk, because a risk many times or in general business in business gives a good result only. So, as per the need of time, one should be a risk taker itself. Fear of failure, that is also a great perspective of a humans, that generally a fear of failure or making mistakes may prevent individuals from embracing new plans or strategies that deviate from traditional practices. What happened with the individuals or even a group of peoples, or on we can say such managerial capacity peoples, that they want not to put themselves in any embracing situations. What the thoughts, which kind of thoughts they have, that if it happen and if it happen in negative way, then what will be. So, that is fear of failure many times become an obstacle not to attain something new, or we can say not ready to accept any innovative thinking too. Lack of adequate information, in normal terms information is completely a differ, and the adequate information is again complete the sentence itself. So, insufficient and inaccurate data informations create lots of issues with the organizations. So, planning relies heavily on accurate informations, not mere information only. It must be accurate and even adequate. So, if data is incomplete, outdated, then it lead towards the wrong decisions, and which flood automatically our great plans too even. So, we should be cautionate enough about collecting of sufficient and accurate information as well as data. It must be analyzed in a good way, and the result, or as per the result only, we should take such kind of decisions. Informations overload. Many times in contrast, having too much data can be become a problematic. Such managers may struggle to shift through vast amount of informations to make informed decisions. What happen many times, that a great bundle of big data also create lots of problems, because one should not be able to fetch or to could have some detail which is really needed, or we can say really informative to have it particularly with the managers. So, too much data is also a big issue, and we can say that it's create lots of problems in the organizations. Difficulty in preceding external factor. It's often hard to predict critical situation or elements such as technological disruptions, market trends and new regulations. What happened in the market, and especially in 21st era, and when we are stood in 2024, there are n number of changes on daily basis, and technological changes and technological disruptions is, we can say, at a peak level. Market trends on daily basis varied from A to Z, and regulations are also in the same periphery. So, difficulty in predicting external factors. So, in that case many times what happen, planning or presumptions about planning even fail. Overemphasis on short term goals. Many times what happens with the organization, they are very much focused on immediate gains. Some organizations focus expressly on short term profitability or quick wins, that neglecting long term strategical planning, and which create lots of issues for long term to particular organization, because short term is always short term. For establishment, for have a good goodwill in the market, in all such aspects, organization need long term and sustainable planning only. The next is neglecting of sustainability, which focus may also result in lack of attentions to sustainable growth, innovations, or the development of few capabilities. Inability to prioritize. What happened? Many times the organization is much not clear, or we can say unclear about the objectives, that the what is a prioritized objectives of organization, and if there are too many conflicting goals, it becomes difficult to plan effectively. It's create lots of issues again, because unclear objectives also itself is a big questions for the organization. Poor alignment of plans with goals. So, misalignment between plans and organizational goal can cause resources to be wasted or initiated that do not contribute to the long success. Unfair objectives and poor alignment. If unclear and unfair objectives is there, then it automatically create poor alignment of plan with goals, because if you are not clear, then your alignment with the plans which lead towards your goals automatically become poor. So, inability to prioritize is also a great issue. We have to have a proper formations of priority list, that what should be first, what should be second, what should be third. Psychological barrier, overconfidence, or we can say pessimism. Many times planners may be overly optimistic about their ability to predict the future, leading to over ambitious goals, or they may be too pessimistic, underestimating opportunities and risk. Over and under, in both situations, it's great barrier for an organization and for planning. Groupthink. In group setting, the desires for harmony or conformity can suppress dissenting opinions, leading to failure to explore alternative strategies or critical assessment. Fear of accountability. Managers may avoid planning to make conservative decisions, avoid being held accountable for failure or bad outcomes. Fear of accountability also creates many times issues, such issues like we can say employees or people not ready to accept new opportunities or new challenges or new tasks, because they can't be accountable more for their work. External factors beyond control, like government regulations, sudden changes in laws or regulations can render existing plans ineffective or create new challenges for which organization may not be prepared. Market competition, aggressive actions by competitors or unexpected market disruptions can make it difficult to stick to established plan. Global uncertainties, events such as global pandemics, geopolitical tensions, wars can create barriers to effective planning by introducing significant unpredictable disruptions. Lack of leaderships and managerial support, absence of top management commitment. If top managers are not fully committed to the planning process, the plans may lack the necessary resources and support for successful implementation. Poor communications. If the objectives, goals and strategies outlined in the plans are not communicated clearly across the organization, it also leads confusions, poor executions and disengagements. Inconsistent follow-up. Planning is an ongoing process, but if managers fails to review and adjust plan based on progress and changes with the conditions, plan automatically become irrelevant. Technological constraint, inadequate tools or technology, lack of access to modern planning tools such as forecasting software or data analytics platform can impede the ability to create accurate and dynamic plans. Rapid technological change. The pace of technological advancement can make existing plans requiring constant update and updations. Cultural or ethical barriers, ethical considerations such as employee customs, may plans affect employees, customers or environment may create barriers to adoptions or execute the plans. Cultural differences. In multinational organization, cultural differences can impact how plans are perceived and executed across different religions, leading to misalignment or conflict. So, although planning is essential for organizational success, it is not without its limitations. Organization must be aware of these barriers and work to mitigate them by forecasting a flexible, adaptable planning process that considered both internal as external challenges. Thank you so much.